Hello guys, welcome back to Ceefashion Academy. As you can see, we have a very great topic for you. That is a hood bomber jacket with a Welt pocket. So make sure you watch the video today and make sure you click on the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks and may God bless you.
So guys, as you can see, we'll be learning how to make a bomber jacket. So by me looking at this is actually the measurement that we need. So look at it, we don't have much measurement here because that is really what bomber jacket requires. So what we have here is we have shoulder, which is 14 inches. We have the chest or bust, round bust, which is 35 inches. Then we have the round neck, which is 15 inches. This is not necessary at this moment, but we just put it here. So we have the jacket length, which is
25 inches.
As you can see. So we are going to be making use of this measurement in order to draft our bomber jacket. Please, I want you to know that bomber jacket is unisex. A male and a female can wear bomber jackets. Do you understand? Like, there's nothing that differentiates a bomber, like a female bomber jacket from a male bomber jacket, except you specifically make yours to be feminine. You understand what I mean? Making it to be feminine in the sense that there are some appliques that you add to it that is feminine and the rest. Do you understand? Or except you make your own to be masculine, just the same thing, you know, trying to embellish it with masculine appliques and the rest. It is so. And we also have two major types of bomber jacket based on the neck. Remember what I said, two major based on the neck. We have other major types of bomber jacket based on other features on the body. Do you understand? Now, based on the neck, we have the one of hood bomber jacket. Do you understand? The hood, it has a hood on the neck instead of what? An elastic. What I mean by elastic is like something like this. You guys already know that one. Let's say this is the neck. The elastic is usually like this. Are you seeing it? It has a what? And here is the zip. Okay, by men, if I'm to really show us this, now look at it. This is a hood. Are you seeing it? This is a hood. Okay. Why this other one is the elastic? Now look at it. Are you seeing it here? This is actually the what? The elastic one. So for the sake of this particular class, we are going to be working on the what? The hood bomber jacket. Okay. So for those that really want to see the elastic bomber jacket, I'll make sure I put the link in the description box. Okay. For you to actually cut anything or draft anything, we know the first step you need to take, which is actually what? The folding stage. Okay, in order for you to fold, please, I would also like to let us know that the method I'll be using to cut this is the method I call the what? The together method. What do I mean by the together method? We are going to be cutting, during the cutting stage, we're going to be cutting both the front and the back together. Do you understand? And we also have the one we call the single method, which is you have to draft the front only on the front part of the only on the, like now let's say this is for front, this is for back. The single method is you draft the front here, now use it and draft the back separately. Do you understand? Why the together method is what? You draft both of them together and cut both of them together. So the one we are going to be making use of is the one we call the what? The together method. I think if you're used to my class, you know that that is what I usually use when it comes to all the senators, do you understand, shirts and the bomber jackets. Okay, so let's talk about the folding. In order for you to fold this, you have to be working with the highest circumference. Now in this case, the highest circumference, which is the round chest, obviously the round chest. Do you understand? Hope you guys know why I put this bust stroke chest here, because it's actually unisex. Okay, the round chest is what? 35 inches. Now 35 divided by 4, which is going to be giving us what? 8 3/4. Share? Okay, then you are now going to add extra 5 inches to the what? 8 3/4. So 8 3/4 plus 5, which is going to be giving us what? 13 3/4. So all you have to do, as you can see, 13 3/4 means that you can approximate it to what? 14. Now by me looking at my own, it is even above what? 14. What I have here is what? 15 inches. So there's something I really want you to know. When you are folding your material, this calculation is to enable you not to get less. Do you understand? So even if you have more than what you're supposed to have, is very much okay. But this calculation also helps you not to waste your material. Do you understand? So as I have 15 here, I'm okay with it. Now assuming I don't want to waste my material, like probably using this 15 will waste my material, I will have to make exactly that 13 what? 3/4. Now I would also like to let you know that while folding, we don't only consider the what? The highest circumference. We also consider the what? The length.
Okay guys, we also consider the length. Now the length of the jacket is 25, but 25 is not the original length of this jacket. When you finish making this jacket, the full length is 28, But why are we marking 25? Because the 28 minus the 3 inches elastic band, which we are going to be using here, is going to be giving us what? 25 inches. So that's why we are using 25. So in a case whereby your elastic band you are using is 4 inches, it's supposed to be 28 minus 4. Do you guys understand? Okay. So now all you have to do is to take your tape, measure back the length, which is actually what? 25 inches. Okay, so when you are done measuring it out, all I want you to do is to cut it off. Now we've considered both the width and the length. Okay guys, then when you are done cutting it off, use it and cut the back, but please make sure that the back is longer with 2 inches, because that is what we actually use for jacket. Remember what I said, make sure the back is longer with 2 inches. Okay, also remember, for me to repeat it again, how did we get the 25? That is the full length of the jacket, which is 28 inches minus the width of the elastic band, which the one we are using is 3 inches. That is 28 minus 3, which will be giving us 25. That is how we got the length. I think that is so easy. So if your length is up to, your full length of your jacket is 30 and your elastic band, the width is 4, it is 30 minus 4, which will give you 26. That is what we are going to be cutting. Do you guys understand? Okay.
By men looking at it, you notice that the back is longer with 2 inches. Are you seeing it? It is longer with 2 inches. Okay, so that is it for folding. Next thing we are going to be doing now, the next stage is we are going to be marking out the zipper allowance. We are going to be marking out the what? The zipper allowance. Remember, jackets do have what? Zip. Do you guys understand? So we are going to be marking it out on the front part. So let's mark it out and fold. Please, for the sake of this tutorial, the zipper allowance, we are supposed to take how many? 1 inch. 1 inch. Look at it. So make sure you mark it out 1 inch. Like this. Make sure you mark it out 1 inch. After you are done marking it out, take your ruler and then connect. Please, this should be done on the front part. Then now you are done connecting it, all you have to do is to fold it out. So you can see guys, I folded it out. So next thing we are going to be doing now is, look at it, we are going to be slanting the shoulder, which is called what? The shoulder slope. That is what we are going to be doing. Okay, let's do that. Now, in order to slant the shoulder, I still want you to know that the back is still longer than the front. But what we are going to be doing now is, look at it, the back is actually longer than the front here. All you are going to be doing is what? Push the front so that it will be equal at the upper part, thereby leaving the excess at the down part. Are you seeing it? Okay. So all you have to do when you have done that is to take your pin and then hold it. So as for it not to shift. Now we are done holding it. Next thing we are going to be doing now is we are going to be marking out the shoulder. So let's mark out the shoulder. The shoulder is actually 14 inches. 14 divided by 2, which is going to be giving us 7 inches. Then you add your ½ inch allowance. Are you seeing it? Okay. Then at the same time, the shoulder slope, which shoulder slope are we going to be using? Okay, now whichever one you want to use. Now look at it now. Remember I told you like the shoulder slope for female is from 1 to 2 inches, while the shoulder slope for male is from 2 to 3 inches. Remember, shoulder slope for female is from 1 to 2 inches, while for male is from 2 to 3 inches. But for the sake of this tutorial, we are going to be using what? 2 inches. It might interest you to know that even this 2 inches is for unisex. Do you guys understand? Okay, so let's use 2 inches. Now, like, mark it out. Are you seeing it? 2 inches. Mark it out like this. So now you are done marking it out. All you have to do is to take your ruler and connect. Now you are connecting. See where you are going to be connecting it to. Here. At the edge here. Are you seeing it? Now look at it. Connect it like this. Are you seeing it? Now we have connected it. Next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be taking our scissors to cut it out. Please, I want you to know that you are cutting it out. You are not cutting out only one part. You are cutting out both of them. Please, just know that. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so as we are done with the cutting part of it. So next thing you need to do is to release your pin and then pull the front part. Are you seeing it? Pull it so as for it to be equal now at the down part. Then when you are done doing that, take back your pin and then hold it. is always make sure that everything is equal, even at this very part. Are you seeing it? See, both of them are equal, unlike the shirts that we do bring out ½ inch. Do you guys understand? Okay, both of them should be equal here. Okay, so now we are done placing it. Next thing you need to do is to, you see this back part that is coming out, the 2 inches, which is longer than the front. All you have to do is to fold it so as to make sure that this edge, the edge of the back part, is touching the edge of the front part. Please just do that. Carefully fold it. If you are working with material, I will advise you to use your iron to hold it firm. Use your iron and iron so as for it to be firm. But for the sake of this tutorial, this is paper, so I can use my hand and do what? Iron it out. Okay. So after you are done doing this, next thing you are going to be doing is you are going to be constructing the armhole. So in order to construct the armhole, all we have to do is to mark out the shoulder first. Remember, we've already marked out the shoulder initially when we did the shoulder slope, which is actually here. Look at it. Which is, are you seeing it? We have this. We still have the black mark there. Okay. So make sure you also mark it out around here in order to achieve a straight line. Look at it. Now take your rule and then connect. As you connect, it doesn't matter where you connect it to. Do you understand? But all you have to know is that just connect, just make sure you connect it. See, if you're working with a chalk, it doesn't matter. Chalk is not something that is permanent on the dress. Do you understand? So connect it as long as you want. It doesn't really matter. Next thing you are going to, remember we are still on what? Armhole construction. Next thing you are going to be doing is the what? The armhole length. Hope you guys know the method that we use in getting our armhole length. We have this official method that we use the round bust or round chest divided by 6 plus 1.5. Do you understand? That is a method that we already know. Round bust or round chest divided by 6 plus 1.5 will give you the armhole length. But I've already been teaching us my method, which is almost the same thing as this. It's the same thing as this. Now this method is whatever you have here. You seen it? Your shoulder divided by 2, which is what? 7 inches plus ½ inch will give you 7.5. Use exactly the same thing here. Are you seeing it? 7.5. Are you seeing it? Now, because you are making a bomber jacket and you feel that you want it to have more allowance, you can go ahead by adding extra ½ to 1 inch to it. You guys understand what I'm saying now? Whatever you have as your shoulder, look at it. 14 divided by 2 is 7 plus ½. That is 7.5. Take exactly the same thing from here. Mark it out, 7.5. Like I said, you can still extend it with extra ½ or 1, depending on how free you want the armhole region to be on this particular dress. Like for the sake of this particular dress, do you understand? Like now when you are making a fitted cloth, all these our normal bustiers, you use exactly 7.5. Do you understand? But when you're making all these shirts, senators, you can go ahead and extend it because you don't want it to in any way be tight on the armhole. Do you understand? So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be making use of 8 inches. That is, I added extra ½ inch. Please, like I said, you can use exactly what you have here. Okay, so now let me use 8 inches. Now you have 8 inches. All you have to do is to take your rule and then mark horizontally. Draw a horizontal line like this. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now you have gotten this vertical and horizontal line. It's now time for us to construct the armhole. Then in order for you to construct the armhole, we all know how the armhole curve, we need to impute the armhole curve. We all know how it looks like. Armhole curve is usually like this, as you can see. Are you seeing it? I know you guys have seen it so many places. Armhole curve is usually like this. So in order to get this thing, the real formula of getting this curve here now is take your tape and place it diagonally at this point. Are you seeing it? Place it diagonally like this. Then make sure you mark out 1 inch. Are you seeing it? Mark out 1 inch. Then next thing you are going to be doing is your armhole length. Get the midpoint, that is the middle part of the armhole, which is 4 inches. Now you have this point and you have this point. What you are going to be doing now, you are going to be connecting this point to this point, then down to here with a curve. And you can either apply this curve with either your free hand or using all this your armhole curve, French curve, etc. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be making use of the free hand. Look at it here, guys. Just extend it. Are you seeing it? Now also remember, I also make use of broomstick in getting this armhole curve. Okay, so after you are done constructing the armhole, remember the next thing we need to do on a normal day is to do the armhole effect. Do you guys understand? Well, let me tell you the truth. Armhole effect, the function is to help the armhole region the excess folding and puffing shade to reduce it. Okay, but do you guys know that for the sake of this bomber jacket, it is not 100% mandatory for you to do armhole effect, because we don't really care how, like, see, bomber jacket is kind of a bloated kind of, you know, design. Do you understand? So it's not that 100% mandatory for you to use armhole effect there, but still, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm still going to do armhole effect there. Do you understand? It is also necessary, but it's not mandatory. Okay, now in order for you to apply the armhole effect, remember you have the midpoint, which is actually 4. All you have to do is to, from here, make sure you step in with what? Half to 3/4. It depends on whatever you want to use. Do you understand? Then for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be making use of the 3/4. Are you seeing it? Okay, so next thing you have to do, now you have gotten this point, look at it, we have the beginning part, and we have this point, and we have this point all the way to this side. All you have to do is to, from here, connect to here, then connect back to this particular point. Are you seeing it? Now you have the armhole effect, which is only applied where? In front, while this one is only at the back. So when we are cutting this particular dress now, all we are going to be doing is, as we are cutting, we're cutting following only the back, which after we now separate this one and cut out the front. Okay, so that is it. So next thing we are going to be doing now is we are going to be imputing the horizontal measurement. Do you understand? There is something I really want you guys to know. Remember I said this is a unisex dress. What does it mean now? If you notice, I did not impute all these our vertical measurements. Do you understand? I've already gotten the length of the jacket, which I got at the beginning of this class. Do you guys understand? Okay, next thing you need on this is the chest line or bust line. Chest line if you're a male, bust line if you're a female. Do you understand? But I still want you to know that when we are talking about unisex, you can use chest line for both male and the female. Do you understand? Now, where is this chest line at this moment? It might surprise you to know that the chest line is the armhole length. Do you understand? That is where the chest line. Now, what do I mean by the chest line? Look at it. The chest line, when you place your marker like this is actually your chest line. Do you guys understand? So next thing you're going to be doing now is, let's impute the round chest measurement or round bust measurement. So in this case, the chest measurement is 35. That is 35 divided by 4, which is going to be giving us 8.75. That is 8.75. Okay, now mark it out. 8.75. Use as 3 cents. Identify it here. 8.75. Are you seeing it? Now it comes to body allowance. Are you seeing it? Now this body allowance now, please, you see this thing I just used there, the round chest measurement, it can be your fitted measurements. Like it is your, like when you are measuring, just measure normally. Don't add any excess allowance to it. Do you understand? Just measure your normal round bust as a male, your normal round chest. Do you understand? Okay. Then all you are going to do is to add the body allowance. Please, this body allowance is dependent on how big you want your jacket to be. You know, sometimes some persons want the jacket that is closer to their body, while some persons really wants it to look like that bomber jacket, like very, very big. Do you understand? So it depends on your choice. But for the sake of this tutorial, I advise you to use 2 inches. From 2 inches to what? 3 inches. Do you understand? But I'm going to be using 2 inches here. So this is it, 2 inches. Okay. Now next thing I'm going to be doing, as you can see, this thing does not have other measurement points like under bust, rather than the jacket length. So all you have to do is to, now look at it, exactly the same measurement you imputed here, like the round chest measurement plus 2 inches, you do the same thing at the down part. Do you guys understand? Okay, 8.75 plus 2. 8.75 plus 2. Are you seeing it? So this enables you to, so that you can use your rule and connect from here to here. Remember what I said? A bomber jacket does not have any shape. It is the elastic band that gives it its shape. Do you understand? Okay. Okay, so now let's move on to the neck. In order for us to construct the neck, remember we use the neck block. We usually identify our neck block whenever we are constructing neck. Now, there is something very important about this neck that I want to teach us now. If you are making neck with elastic, it is not the same thing as when you are making a hooded neck. Do you understand? Neck with a hood. Now, neck with elastic, see the way we do it. Like as usual, we usually use what? Neck width as what? 2.5 inches as usual. Now look at it. When we are doing all these shirts, do you understand? Senators, we use what? For adults 2.5, for kids 2 inches, or very slim people 2 inches. Now we are going to be using 2.5. Then look at it. Draw a line here in order to form the neck block. Then talking about the thickness. Remember what I told us about thickness? Thickness, you must not want to get exactly what the neck is, but rather there's something I advised us on. It's better for you to use from 3 to what? 4 inches. Now, do you know the reason why I say from 3 to 4 inches? Let's say you use 3, and at the end of the day, when you want to put the elastic, you remeasure it. It is not up to what you want. You have to do what? Retrim to get exactly what you want. Do you understand? And let's say you use 4 inches and you get exactly what you want. You have to continue to put the elastic band. Do you understand? Rather than when you use like 5 or 6, at the end of the day, when you measure it is excess to what you want. There's no way for you to amend it. Do you guys understand? So that's why I said the thickness, the depth, always use from 3 to 4 inches so that you can be able to alter, amend it at any time. Okay, but for the sake of this tutorial, I've been making use of what? 3.5. Now look at it. I've actually formed the neck block. Okay. Then, in order to complete this neck, remember this one I'm teaching you guys is for the elastic. Remember? Okay, in order to complete it, diagonally place your tape like this. Are you seeing it? Mark out how many? 1 inch. Okay. Remember here also, do you people know that it's not only here that we place our tape diagonally? We also place it here. Now, but here is not going to be 1 inch. Rather, here is going to be either half or quarter inch. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be using what? Quarter inch. Look at it. From here, connect like this to form your neck. Are you seeing it? Then from this same point, are you seeing it connecting to this one? Connect to this one. Then at the end of the day, you cut it out. Let me show us how to do it. Please, while you are cutting it out, there's this mistake that people normally do. Don't do that mistake. Some persons do place everything to cut off. At the end of the day, you spoil your material. Always separate the front from the back. Then start from cutting off this particular one. Are you seeing it? When you reach here, all you have to do is to, from here, now look at it guys, from here, are you seeing it? Here is where the folding stops. Now from here, see the folding here. From here, measure how many? 1 inch. Are you seeing it? Then connect to this particular point. Are you guys seeing it? Okay. Then cut it off. Now as you can see, we are done with the neck. Okay, before I teach you guys how to do the hooded neck, the hood neck, all I want you to do is what? I want you to finish cutting off the rest. Remember what I said, when you reach here, don't cut out the armhole effect here. Make sure you just cut off using the back side. Now we are done. All you have to do to the armhole effect, now look at it guys. Separate the front from the back. Cut only the front. Remember, you don't cut only here. Remember, here also has small laces. Are you seeing it? Cut it off also. Okay. And we are done. Then let's go back to the neck. Like I said, if we are making a hooded neck, remember this one is 2.5. There's something I really want you guys to know. Hooded necks need like necks that have with hood. It needs to be wider than necks with elastic. I want you to know that. So all we have to do, since this one is 2.5, are you seeing it? All we have to do is just to add half inch to both sides, both the width and the depth. Do you understand? Now look at it. This one is 2.5. We can end up making it how many? 3, please. Now this one is 3.5. That you can end up making it what? 4 or even 4.5. It doesn't really matter. The hood needs space. Space. If not, you will choke yourself and the cloth is not going to be fine. Do you understand? That place is usually wide. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be making use of 4.5. Are you seeing it? That is it for hood. So at the end of the day, still use the same method used to construct this neck and construct this one. So by me looking at it, you notice that the neck for the hood is what? Wider than the neck for the elastic band. Okay. So that is it. Okay guys, so now let's try and open it. But before you open it, all you have to do is to separate this front. Are you seeing it? Just separate it from the center. So guys, look at it. As you can see, please, however you cut this, remember this actually has a lining. Do you understand? So whatever you cut on your fabric is exactly the same thing you cut for the lining. Just know that. Do you guys understand? Whatever you cut for the fabric is exactly the same thing you cut for the lining. Okay.
Ceefashion Academy for male and female. Plenty style for different garments. Anywhere